the real danger of this turning nasty was when the protest spread, particularly because even if the army were to remain neutral as it has been throughout this, even if that were to remain the case, at the presidential palace, protesters will come face to face with the presidential guard, and of course remaining in the wings discreetly, since they made their appearance at the start of all this, is the police. Now clearly the danger, I suppose, is that the further protesters go, the greater their numbers become, the more this seems to be spreading across Egypt, as seems to be the case to Alexandria, but also to other cities at the Nile Delta and in the south of the country. Then at some point the forces of law and order, whatever they may be, will feel that they have to step in. Clearly the big question mark is over the army. They remain dear to the hearts of the Egyptian people. Clearly there is a great deal of confusion about their attitude over the last 24 hours. The fact that they came to tell the people themselves that their answers were about to be met, that their demands were about to be met, and then that everything that followed did follow, and that they confirmed this morning they were siding in fact with the regime. But that's very different to the moment when in the street they will take against the protesters, or that this great institution will see any of the blood of the Egyptian people shed at its hands. I mean, that would be an extraordinary thing in Egypt. There is this very close relationship, the army seeing itself as the guarantor of peace and stability in the interests of the people, and the people seeing the army as the one institution that they trust. So over the coming hours, as those protests spread and head to those key locations, and this begins to look much less like a sort of confined protest, confined to one square, that in a sense had become its own little world, living in a sort of allowing a sort of parallel Egypt to exist. As soon as the rest of Egypt seems to be gripped by this revolutionary fervor almost, then the situation becomes much more dangerous.